All right, this next question should be relatively short, but I think it's an interesting question. So we'll start with you, Travis. What is your candidate's weakest policy issue? And I don't want, a candidate-style answer where they talk about their strengths.
You start to see my head spin a little bit there. I was trying to. Yeah. I think that. Gosh, you know what? I'm trying to because there are things I disagree with McCain on. I would go and I would say that I wish, I think that McCain had a slow start as far as the economy. I wish that he did make some very, very, such as the $5 million comment that I thought was a little bit like, wow. I think it was a joke. I think that was a problem, and I don't necessarily think that goes into what his policy per se would be, but I think that it definitely. Campaign-wise, I think that he came out very, very early, very, very out of touch, and I think that hurt him a little bit. As far as his policy, I've actually liked what I've heard from him. I very much like his foreign policy, and the idea of not taxing everybody compared to taxing you up the wazoo. I have to say that both of those policies, I'm totally behind.
See, now you're spinning. You're telling me the good stuff, George.
I think
McCain's weakest.
McCain's weakest area is technology policy, hands down. I think Barack Obama has done a really good job responding to the way that technology integrates with the economy and with healthcare. You heard John McCain say a little bit last night, let's put all the health records in digital format, and I think that's important. But when it comes to broadband deployment and getting internet resources to people in rural communities, John McCain is really weak in that area.
What he said.
All right, Roxanne, what's Obama's weakest issue?
Weakest issue.
Don't you dare say he doesn't have one, 'cause I'll give you plenty.
I wouldn't say that. His biggest weakness isn't necessarily an issue for me. Like, it's not an issue per se.
Give it a try, see if George likes it.
I'm going to get killed for this, but I would have liked it if he had been a bit more experienced. That would have made me a bit more comfortable with him. The fact that he...
Experience in a particular area?
In government. The fact that he has not been in government as long as some other candidates that I would have preferred makes me question, or it makes me research more what he wants to do so that I can be more informed as to whether I agree with his policies or not. It makes me question him, but not question whether he would be a good president, but question his policies so that I can decide if he's going to be a good president. And because I've done this, and because I haven't accepted him, I think a lot of people just kind of jumped on the bandwagon. I wasn't one of those people. I was really cautious to accept him as my candidate. And I think it's because of not a lack of experience, but not the kind of experience that I typically expect.
Strong.